Hey everyone, so I've added some new things onto my Mercari page. From time to time I add stuff onto Mercari, as you all have seen. So I want to give you this little intro for people who ask me from time to time about it. So I did a closet declutter last year. I have a part 2 coming soon, so there'll be more clothes up on my Mercari. Of course, y'all know my first love for being makeup, so I have quite a few makeup things on there from when I declutter from time to time to pare my collection down in order to not feel overwhelmed like a lot of us creators do. I also have some clothes from my son. I think the majority of his clothes are brand new. He has a brand new pair of Jordans on there too if you have kids his size, so you can check that out at the end of the video. But on to today's video.
What's up, everyone? It's your girl Gelbeauty-87 here, aka Grace, and today we're gonna get into a battle of the palettes. So I have the Adept X Heather Austin palette, and then I have the Electrum Cosmetics Midnight Moth palette. So I felt like both of these look pretty similar when it came to the color stories. Now I don't know if this Midnight Moth is limited edition or not. I only own one other palette from this brand, and it is amazing, so I figured I would pick up this one and try it out. But then when I looked at it, I was like, this looks really similar to that Heather Austin palette, or at least it gives me similar enough vibes to the Heather Austin palette. If you all remember, I wasn't necessarily crazy about the Heather Austin palette when it came to the formula. Like, I love the color story of it, but the formula just wasn't giving. So when I saw this, and I was like, this can be a good alternative for the Heather Austin palette. Honey, it's giving I'm living. I will need to buy it immediately and try it out. So that's what we're doing today. Now, I think you might be able to still get the Heather Austin palette on Adept's website. I don't know. I do have a code with Adept. It's Gelbeauty-87. If you're interested in purchasing and you want to check to see if this is still available, you can go over there and check it out. With this Electrum Cosmetics one, like I said, I don't know what's limited edition or not, but I feel like it definitely gives a lot of the vibes of Heather's palette and a lot of similar color stories of it. And these shimmers, honey, these shimmers are out of this world. Not that Adept shimmers aren't out of this world. That is one of the things I really love about them. But these seem like they're flaky and have a little more reflectiveness to them. But they still give the similar color story for people who didn't get a chance to get Heather's palette. So this is mainly for the people that didn't get a chance to get Heather's palette, to show you that there is an alternative. Like I said, I'm not 100% sure if this one is limited edition or not. I'll try to find out for you all because I'm not sure. But I just love the grunginess and the color story of it all, so I had to have it. And we're going to put both of these side by side, so stay tuned for that. But if you like videos like this, I do quite a few videos on eyeshadow palette content. I give you dupes on things, and I do general eyeshadow reviews in addition to having an eyeshadow series. If you like a good complexion video, I have found 2 or 3 new drugstore foundations that I plan on doing videos on, so stay tuned for that. If you like a good fragrance video, I recently, matter of fact, as of right now, I'm actually trying out the Golden Rules fragrance from Fleur, so that should be coming to a channel near you. Stay tuned for that. And finally, if you like a good fashion video, I do fashion shorts at least twice a week. One of you all asked me about a year ago to start showing you like how I style my clothes and stuff, which I thought was weird because I'm like, you only see the top of me, so I didn't think anybody would really care. But since you asked, I listened, and that's how you get the fashion shorts at least twice a week. I have done some longer form fashion content for those of you all who are interested in that though. I did one on TJ Maxx because I go to TJ Maxx once a week to show you what's new in TJ Maxx. Then I've done one on this brand called Johansson. Then finally, I've done one for all my fashion forward girlies who don't like to spend a lot of coin on clothes but still want to look good or have good layering pieces to go with some of your more expensive things. So I've done one on Forever 21. I'm actually going to be doing a part 2 on TJ Maxx. I actually going to do a part 2 on all 3 of them because I bought some stuff from Johansson during Black Friday to give you all a spring video. I'm constantly going to TJ Maxx and finding things I'm interested in, so there'll be one on that. And then on Forever 21, I literally just went there Saturday and found a few more new layering pieces since they had another 60% off sale. They've been having all these sorts of deals lately. I heard some of them are closing, which I'm disappointed by because I remember going there when I was in high school and just thinking I was that girl. So it's sad to see them going, but you know, hopefully, God will help that situation since they are a Christian-based brand. But if you like that sort of content, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below. Now let's get into this video. Let me zoom in real quick and cute like. So I am going to do the Electrum Cosmetics palette on camera just because, like I said, I'm not sure if you can still get Heather's palette or not. And I try to do the newest palette on camera for the most part. So it'll be Adept, then Electrum, Adept, then Electrum, and so on and so forth when it comes to the swatches, and then we'll do the Electrum eye on camera. So I'll be right back. Okay, girl? Okay. Okay, yo, so here's the eye with the Heather Austin palette, and here are the swatches that we chose. So I got quite a few swatches. We got Adept, Electrum, Adept, Electrum, Adept, Electrum, Adept, Electrum, Adept, and Electrum. As you can see, the Electrum Cosmetics shimmers are just woo popping out of this world beyond. So I'm wondering how we about to make those work out. But yeah, so anyway, let's start with these colors. I really like this yellow tone shade. I think it's awesome. I'll show you the shimmers when we get to them, but I figure like most of the matte shades look the same. I will say though, like the purple is a little bit deeper on the Heather Austin side than it is on this side. So I'm wondering how it's gonna look like once I actually put it on the eyes. Sorry, the light is going in and out because the sun is like going in and out or whatever. So I'm just kind of like, okay, I really like this color. And I don't feel like this one oxidizes to be as like murky as the one from Heather Austin's palette, because as you can see, I feel like it looks really deep and you can't even tell it's yellow anymore. That's why I wanted to include the yellow eyeliner, because I figured once it faded, it wasn't gonna be as, you know, potent, if you will, as it was before. So I'm going to cut the crease a little bit more. I did that on this side, so you know, what you do to one side, you gotta do the other side, girl. So cut this now. Now let's go into the green shade. Now that we cut the crease and put it up there. So far so good, the colors are lining up. I feel like this one from Electrum is a little bit lighter than the one in Heather's palette. I do like a little bit more grunge that hers gives, but I feel like this color will work like nicely and it might oxidize to be a little deeper, because I don't want it like super deep. I'd like it like a decent amount of deep though, and so far I feel like this is doing a pretty decent job. Like I like the fact that the colors in the Electrum one are a little bit lighter than Heather, so that way if they do oxidize, they don't get like super deep like hers are, because hers already started out kind of deep. So I feel like it just gets even deeper, and I'm not always looking for that look, so this is a good alternative for people who do have her palette but you don't like how deep the shades go sometimes. This one might be a good alternative for you. And I think if I remember correctly, you could buy this palette individually. Like you didn't have to buy the whole palette, you could buy it individually. So you can buy individual shades that you like the best out of it. And don't quote me though, but I feel like with this palette, that's what you could do. And with Heather's, I don't believe you can do that. You have to buy the whole palette. So that's just something to think about as well. Aside from the fact, like I said, I don't think you can get Heather's anymore. But I do have a code with Adept, it's Gelbeauty-7. You can check and see. And, you know, work that out. Concerned about this dark purple shade and how, like, the tone is going to look compared to the other side. Oh, okay. So far, they're looking somewhat similar. I didn't expect it to look as close as it is. I guess because to me, this looks more like a deep grayish purple, not like a true purple or like a plum purple like the other side I feel like looks. Even though that one to me gives a little bit like a grape look to it. Well, not necessarily grape, but like a burgundy look to it in the pan, but then when you swatch it, I feel like it gives more of a burgundy purple, and this in the pan looks like it's more gray purple, but on the eyes I feel like they end up looking similar, and this just gives a little bit more plummy purple. I hope what I'm saying makes sense. Sometimes I feel like I just be all over the place now with my descriptions, and y'all probably be like, what in the world is she talking about? Y'all, I don't know. Okay, I don't know. Okay, y'all, let's cut her with some glitter glue now that we got this together. I am very intrigued to see how these shimmers are going to look on the lid compared to the ones from Adept, because I feel like they're just not going to look the same. So I took the shade Moonlit, this one right here. This is going to be our lid shade, and then this is our inner corner shade. So we'll see. As you can see, it has like the kind of shifting effect to it, because the other one, the pigmentation in it was a little too deep to work in this. So as you can see, they're both giving off a similar look. I just feel like this one looks more sparkly and you know, glitterified, for lack of a better term, more like a glitter bomb. And the other one looks like a more reserved, like shifting dual chrome metallic shade. It's so flaky. I will say the Electrum shimmers definitely have more flakes in them than the ones from Adept. So if you don't like flaky shadows, that might be something that you don't necessarily like about this palette. But if you're just going on a color store and you don't mind that a couple of the shimmers are flaky, then I feel like you would like this palette. So here is our finished eyes. for both sides. Let me back you on up and we can have a cute little discussion, girl. Okay, so when it comes to each palette, as usual, y'all know I have my purposes, my different reasons for each one and all that cute stuff there. So when it comes to Heather's palette, if you like more traditional shimmers and a nice matte formula, I think you would like her palette if it's still available on Adept's website. But when it comes to, like, you know, the shimmers and the mattes, I like the tones of the mattes and this Electrum Cosmetics one a little bit better. And I don't really have an issue with the shimmery shades being flaky. I feel like the only time it's an issue is when you're going to put them in the corner and it flakes off. But I feel like if you're putting it on the lid, then it would be fine. I know Angelica Nikovic says you can just spray like the brush when you put it on, and then that should keep it from flaking around and falling on your face. So maybe take that in consideration if you're interested in purchasing this palette. But when it comes to picking, I honestly would pick the Electrum one just because I feel like the shimmers are outshining the one from Heather Austin. Aside from the fact that, like I said, you may not be able to get Heather's anymore. I know they bring it back in and out of stock from time to time, so maybe you can find it, maybe you can't. But that's the reason I'm personally picking Electrum as well, because y'all know Adept has my heart. I'm so excited that they have the new Minka coming out in a week. I think it's the 24th or the 25th, and I'm waiting to see what the new Seahorse palette is gonna look like, because if you all know me, you know that was like one of my all-time favorite palettes for the year that came out. It's amazing and stunning. I don't know how she plans on perfecting it even more, but I'm assuming she does, and I cannot wait to see what she has to offer with it. So those are my thoughts on the palettes and the exciting things that Adept Cosmetics has coming up. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Remember, you all the diamonds, make sure you subscribe. The membership is down below if you want to see more organization, vlogs, cooking, and glimpses into my everyday life with my son Adriangameover. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Be blessed, girl. Bye.
The fun doesn't have to stop here. Let's be friends over on Instagram to check out the latest fashion, fragrance, palette comparisons, along with little glimpses into my everyday life and me attempting to be a foodie. Then make sure you follow me over on Instagram. I hope you all have a great day, and I can't wait to see you over there. My Instagram handle is the same as my channel, Gelbeauty87.